that? Is that any better? Do we have some audio now? Can everybody hear me? Yeah, it's been a while since I did a live stream, so I had my mic disconnected. Reason being, I've been doing a lot of studying and a lot of lessons on ham radio, and man, has it got me messed up. It's crazy stuff. Where's Paul Q? Hello, Captain Nobody. The CCN email is at, right now I'm using Across Canada News at gmail.com. I believe it's in the description down below. So, there's, that should get you there anyways. It's great to see you all on here, and maybe we'll get a few more join in. Not everybody probably have checked your email, and this was kind of a spur of the moment because I had a concerned viewer that said, wondering how I was doing, if I was okay. Well, I've been so busy, and I can't say what I've been doing because everything that is said or posted online can be researched back. You know how the government is when you're living in a tyranny. They can go back as far as they want and dig up all the dirt they can on anybody. So I think we're under that style of government now, and so we have to be a little bit careful about what we say, unfortunately. But we can learn from people that have been living in China, for example, for their whole life, or maybe North Korea, or somewhat Russia, but I think Russia might be a little freer now than what we are. Anybody watch the commission on the Emergency Measures Act? That is, that was a, let's say, I think it was a show. I think it's been decided before it even started. So, you know, that's where we're at. I mean, that's what they do in those other countries. And when you have a leader that admires those other countries, then you know you're in trouble. Okay. I don't know if you people are getting your free papers or not. I mean, you should. I hope you're getting it. If you're not, you should try to find someplace to get it. That's the real news. Some things I can say, some things I can't. Some things I might be able to show like that. Let's take a look at this. This is only the front page for November, but you know what? This is old news because this news is, if you go back to, this is August, I think it was. So back in August, since then, those numbers have increased dramatically. Very sad what's going on, and we're not allowed to talk about it. I already got whacked once. So it is what it is. We like to get these out to people, pass them around so people can see just exactly what's happening, the real news, not the fake news. I'm not going to dwell too much on that because it's so touchy on this platform that the algorithms are set so tight that one word and that's it. You're gone, right? If I have something serious to say, I'll do it on a different platform, and I'll let you know in advance. If you get an email and you're not sure what platform it is, well, it's going to be YouTube because that's where most people are, unfortunately. It's okay, YouTube. It's okay. I'm not against you. Yeah. Okay. So I hope everybody has been paying attention. I'm sure you have. I'm sure all you folks pay attention to the non-mainstream information. And you know, I'm sure you're aware of that. There's upcoming food shortages. The wheat crop is not very good turnout in Western Canada, nor was the canola crop. There's shortages coming up, and we got to be prepared for it. So all I'm saying is that if you're not preparing, you should be. 2023 is going to be worse than 2022. Let's see. There's just so much we could cover, and we can't do it in the first live stream. I'm going to try to get back on the live streams on Sundays so we can all get together again and stay in touch with each other. I'm sure some of you have lost touch with others, and I'm sure you would love to, you know, get back into the old swing of things. Winter's coming, that's for sure. We can count on that. And I'm going to be inside a lot more. So I will be able to go back onto our Sunday live streams. Might even try to get a few videos up. There might be a change in the actual content of the channel, but the change will be good. It'll be informative for everybody. Plant Boy winter's here. I bet it is where you're at. Yeah, we've been pretty lucky right here, I'll tell you. It was +9 today, I think. It comes and goes. We had snow and it's gone. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to go through the chat with everybody and see what you've got to say about your location, what's going on, if there's anything out of the ordinary we know the price of fuel is crazy. We know that the price of food is crazy. They tell us that we're heading into a recession. Well, I get news for the government. We're already in one. We've been in one for a long time. It's a planned recession. Remember back when we were going through Agenda 21, Agenda 2030 with the UN, I was doing videos on that, and it was all for the future. Well, the future's here now, and they've changed it to a reset. But in order to have a reset, you can't reset something that's not broken, right? So they've been breaking the system. They've been systematically tearing it apart. And we know that JT is in bed with the WEF, I'll say. So you have to use a little bit of code here just in case, right? -36 on Friday, you gotta be kidding me. Wow. I might have lost weight, been working out. I have lost weight. You noticed. Yeah, I dropped a few pounds. So, anyways, between man, I gotta watch what I say on here. That's what I hate about YouTube. Oh, the wind chill, Plant Boy, would be horrible. So this is, we got people on here probably not from Canada, which is wonderful. But I know if Lynn's on here, oh, there you are, Lynn. Don't rub it in. Almost 80 degrees yesterday in Hitchcock, Texas. Wow. I wish I was there. You got an extra room? Oh, wait. They don't want me in your country. They don't want me at the border. I'm one of the ones that are endangering everybody. Right. I don't know. I haven't had a day down in years. I've been out around a lot of people. I don't know if anybody on here, I'm probably sure some people on here have been ill for a bit, and I hope it wasn't too hard. I know there's stuff out there going around. People are getting very sick. My family has disowned me. Well, that's all it took, eh? It wasn't much, was it? I'm not the only one. Lots of families are like that. But they show their true colors. And they all get sick. multiple times. Gee, there's something funny there, isn't there? Anyways, the True Blood Club. Oh, I was into the dentist for a cleaning and a checkup. The receptionist, or not the receptionist, rather, the hygienist, she, the last time I was in there, she asked me if I had my, you know what, and I said no. And then this time there was no mention of it. It was all quiet until the end. And then she asked me, she's not supposed to be doing that, right? So I gotta just jump out for 1 second because I gotta grab something that I want to share with you. Okay, I'm back. That wasn't too bad. So, what happened was she, at the end, she asked me if I, was up to date. And I said, no, I'm not, because of this. I showed her this. I gave it to her, placed it in her hand, and said, read it. I'll bring that a little closer so you can actually see what it is. Okay? So, then I said, she gave it back. She said, I never heard of this. I said, oh, really? I said, oh, by the way, you should read the back of the card, too. So the back of the card says this. Her expression changed instantly. She knew then that she was actually breaking the law, and she could be reported for doing that. That put an end to that. I think she realized then that, uh-oh, I got the wrong guy. We'll see. I might be looking for a new dentist. Where did I get the card from? I got it from, it is, it's easy enough to remember. It's the VaxControlGroup.com. There's the website on the bottom, if I can get that to you so you can see it. Okay? There it is, VaxControlGroup.com. So I've been trying to be good, but they're not trying to be good. They want to play rough. Okay, I'll play their game. But you know what? She cooled her heels real quick. Right now, they're still pushing the that thing, right? Makes me sick every time I see somebody with it. And I've been making comments. I was in Costco and I looked at the woman right in her face and I said, it's over. It's over. Get over it. Couldn't help it. This has been going on for a little bit now. I just can't put up with them because they're complete idiots. The COVIDians. The branch COVIDians. So they're bought in. Emma Denilov's tried to make you wear one. They didn't mention that. I was surprised. Actually, the place they did, I've been in a few places where they say, mandatory to enter, right? I just walk in. I don't pay attention. Nobody says anything. Oh, I had a good one though. This was in the heyday of this, right? When the Karens were out, and they were there would be, they were all upset because nobody, you know, following their guidelines, I guess, right? So I'm in the store, and I was in by the produce, by the bananas. There was a woman on her phone, I was talking, and she said, yeah, I'm just looking at the bananas here now, and I never thought anything of it. And then I went over, and then she was there again, and she said, yeah, I'm at the International Sauces now. And I thought, this is strange. She was talking to the manager of the store on the phone. I wasn't following their rules. I was the only one in the store, in the grocery store, not following the rules. So she was following me around, ratting me out. And it came over the intercom right away that it's mandatory for everybody in the store, and I just ignored it. And I went and got in line when it came time to pay, and anyways, she never got her way, so I'm sure I ruined her day and didn't bother me any. Now, I have a different approach. When I go to a cash, pay in person, so I pay in cash. So when I go, you got to pay in cash. Don't pay with your plastic, whatever you do, pay in cash. We got to keep the cash flowing. So when I get up to the one and they got the on their face, and there's usually a piece of plexiglass hanging down. So when I get up to the cash, say at the grocery store, and they say, oh, do you have a points card? And I say, pardon me? And they go, do you have a points card? And I go, excuse me, what's that? Do you have a points card? And I go, no. Oh, okay. So then they'll ring the stuff through, and they'll say, would you like a bag? Pardon me? Would you like a bag? Sorry, I can't hear you. Would you like a bag? I go, yeah. How much are they? I'd just like to annoy the hell out of them, right? And then when I go to leave, they'll say, would you like your receipt? Would I like a seat? No. Would you like a receipt? I can't hear you. Would you like a receipt? Well, yeah, sure, why not? And then you got to turn around and say, now you have a wonderful day. And leave them standing there. Hope I ruined their day. Play the game, folks. You got to play the game. Or they want to be like that. I've had them say, they won't even drop the change back in my hand. They drop it on the conveyor belt. Disgusting. So these people are so bought in, so insane. And I swear there's a lack of oxygen going to the brain. Did you notice this road rage is really picking up? And there's a lot of people that are just, they got the zombie stare. Their face is half covered. They got the zombie stare. Driving by themselves with their face covered. And sirens. I can't get over it. Are you people seeing, or hearing rather, a lot more sirens in your area? Like, I know here, all through the city, in a major city like Toronto or something, you probably wouldn't notice, but in these smaller cities, wow. The sirens, it's crazy. With SADS, right? I think that's what's going down. Well, I know that's what's going down because I know people, certain groups I won't name for privacy that I belong to, but these people are out in the workforce and they're saying that, yeah, we lost 4 people, dropped. We lost a few more people that dropped. Other people saying that, right? And yeah, they're gone. Those people are gone. So there's going to be a lot of empty spaces around coming up over the next couple of years, it looks like. I don't know. Emma, SAD's the highest rate in Alberta. Yeah. Same here. That's right across the country. It's worldwide. It's being ignored, of course. But yeah, I don't know. It's just insane. What else we got going here? We got to look. What they're going to do here now in this province is in New Brunswick. They're starting in March. They're putting smart meters in on everybody's home. Notice people are saying that, oh, the power rates are going up 50% to 100%, and it's crazy. Well, they can't do that here because of the Energy and Utilities Board. They have to submit to that. Well, actually, they've tried for 2 years, I think it's been now at least, to try to get these meters in. So they couldn't do it. They couldn't explain or come up with a good enough reason to bring them in. Now, it's been passed through the Energy and Utilities Board, so starting March, everybody's going to get a smart meter, and you got nothing to, we can't say anything about it. So what they're doing, that's how they're going to get their 50% to 100% rate increase. They couldn't do that through the Energy and Utilities Board with the old analog meters, but now they're bringing in the smart meters, and the smart meters will do the dirty work for them. So I know Ontario had an awful issue with smart meters, so did Nova Scotia, some places there, and probably right across the country. But of course here, no, that's fine. We need the smart meters. You know, it's, they're trying to get us any way they can. And like I say, with the food situation, some people are just going on like, oh no, everything's good, everything's normal, and no, it's not. It's not normal at all. And when I see the people with their face covered up out there, they're not normal. These people aren't normal. There's, I would say, this city's bad. This city's bad. It's a bad example of the rest of the province. But I would say 60% are still wandering around like they're lost, with their face covered, and you know, they just have no idea. They're just in another world. Thank God for the people that are awake. I see, have you noticed the information that's being out there now that Convoy 2.0 is organizing for February for Ottawa? Trudeau's having a hissy fit saying, no, nobody's, that's not going to happen again. Well, let's see in February. So, anyways, I've been babbling here for a bit. I'm trying to get some stuff out as quick as I can, some information. Still looking at the chat. Edgar, should be Nuremberg. Yeah, they had one in Spain, eh? There was a doctor there, went for a swing. A swing. Not the way he wanted to. Yeah, they done him in. I think that was Spain. I'm pretty sure it was. Min-pad. I've done the same thing in Minnesota when people try to talk to me. I annoy them. Now if they pull the mask down. Perfect. I love your style. How's Dr. Reiner Fulmick doing with that? I don't know about Reiner. I haven't heard anything from him lately. I don't see anything here. I'm just looking at the back of the paper here. I shouldn't do that while I'm on here, but what do you do? They want to get these oh, what am I going to say? Shots into the children, and they're all going to be the same as the new ones. They're all going to these new ones now, so they want to get it into everybody. I just watched an amazing video the other day about how the M, along with the R and the N, and then include the A, those type. If you're in a group of people that have already had all that, it's being passed on. I don't have that link. If I do a video, I'll try to, I can't put it up. I can't post it on here is a problem. So, but it came from good sources, a good study. It's kind of freaky. April, and CBDC is next. Yes, they've already passed, I think, the digital ID for entry to Canada. I think that was Toronto and maybe Montreal. Sending emails, maybe we'll do it. The old style of doing things, eh? DS, sure. I'll see if I can find that. I'll send it out in an email and you check it out. It's quite interesting, very interesting. I haven't watched MinPat, D suddenly. I got to do that. I know it's going to freak me out because it's just so much. April, digital travelers with the Netherlands. Yeah, Netherlands are bringing in, well, Trudeau in the Netherlands. You know, I should be saying JT because I'm going to get hit if I say his name, because the new censorship laws in Canada are going to shut everybody down that says anything mean against the tyrants. You can't say anything mean against tyrants. Hey, Canadian National, good to see you on here. But, like it or not, we're not being mean, we're being truthful. And you know what? Tyrants hate the truth, don't they? So, Terry, had pretty good turnout for a short notice, eh? And very graphic, you do not watch. Oh my, there's just some more stuff come out now from the embalmers, eh? Finally. They're freaking out. Justin Dildo, that's more like it. Well, over. That means we're not buying it, yeah. There's, let's see. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on with our food chain and our supply chain that's crashing. I'm just wondering what's going on across the country, if anybody has seen shortages in your city or your area. And Fed up Canuck, hi Fred. Where you been? Long time no see. I've been so busy. But the season is over and the winter is coming in here quick, so I'll have more time on my hands. So anyways, yeah, I wanted to kind of get back to this because some people, I'm sure most people on here are well aware of what's going on with our supply chain and how it's going to affect us coming up. You're saying the scene is jumping from one person to person. That's what I was saying there, old fart, yeah. It's these are some specialists that have been studying this. So anyways, that's what they're saying. I'm not a specialist by all means. Got up tonight, missed my editorials. I think we're going to get back into the grind here. There's lots of people, good people on here. You're all good people on here. You're all awake. And that's important. Right now in this day and age, the people that are awake have to stick together. We have to spread the word that terra firma been fairly normal in your part of Ontario, south of Ottawa. Prices are just up every time I buy something. Yeah. Toronto, still everything available, less on the shelves, but everything's still there. It's kind of like that here. Hit and miss. Sugar at Costco has been hard to get. Sometimes it shows up, it's gone the day it shows up. We have pretty good communications on a chat group. So if somebody's in Costco or another store, Walmart or wherever, and they see something that's on sale or whatever, then they send that out right away in the chat. So people know right away if they want to get it, if they're short, if they want it, they can go get it now. Gina, I'm visiting friends in Canada over holidays in my state. Never been many to obey tyrants. Right on. Should I be aware of anything coming up north to Canada? Is all still afraid? Probably some people in the chat. Depends where you're going, where you're coming to in Canada, because each province is different. So I see I'm getting an error here from YouTube, but I'm just ignoring it because it says not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I think everything's going okay. So we'll just carry on. Fed up Canuck, I've yet to go into a store and come out without nothing I went in for. That's good. Me, pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. I think it's going to hit us a little quicker next year. Some empty shells in Ottawa, but it's not too bad. You'd never have seen any of that 3 years ago. Terra firma, lots of face coverings around there still, yeah. Some people are calling for a separate blood bank. Sharp, yeah, that's, I've seen some things going on here too. I've seen that what they've been noticing too is in when they do draw blood, some, well, let's say the 80%, if those numbers are true, it's a lot darker than 20%. And it kind of stiffens up as soon as it's taken out of people, if you know what I'm saying, right? So Carberry, good to see you here. What do people think of Elon disclosing that information? I think it's great. He's a hard guy to read, but I think he's turning out to be on board. So, DS, I think January onwards they're going to hit us with shortages when it's really cold. I think so too. The price of fuel is driving everything crazy. I don't know. I'm in the southern interior of BC. I've noticed some shortages, particularly in fresh produce this past week. Well, I went for soup and salad with a couple of gals there last week, and no salad. No lettuce. Costco didn't have any lettuce. There's no lettuce to be found unless you get the wilted stuff. So that's something you might want to have to grow indoors over the winter and outdoors during the summer. There's ways around this, but you got to have. I ordered in some LED grow lights so I can set up a salad bar, to grow indoors over the winter. Gardening did pretty good this year. I can't complain. Did a lot of bottling, a lot of dehydrating, and just basically filling the stores up for the winter. I think though it's going to hit us hard in the winter. They said it's going to be a cold, dark winter, and when they tell you something, they mean it. That's their plans. They do let you know ahead of time because they're sick. They're sick individuals, so they just throw it out there. And a lot of people are just doing their daily routine. They go to work and come back. They get their paycheck and they go shopping and they go home and they, watch TV and catch the news every night and, Plant Boy, price of power too high to start up my own grow room. Yeah. Well, BC is going crazy. What are they doing out there now? What's that new bill they're passing there in BC? I just seen it today. Somebody enlightened me on that in British Columbia. The new the new premier out there. I didn't even know they had an election or whatever. And you got a new premier in BC, and they're NDP, and they're passing some new bill. Anyways, Plant Boy, you probably know. C-36, that's it. That's the one. And what's that entail anyways, Joel? That's another draconian one, I guess you would call it, eh? Oh, no election. Hogan resigned. Oh, yeah. See, I've been out of touch. BC didn't know there's a new premier. Yeah. No election. No, old one step down, yeah. Well, Horgan was horrible. They're all bad. It don't matter what side, they're all bad. EB, yeah. Horgan has terminal cancer. Oh, right. I remember something about cancer, yeah. Sparticle. I remember, that's one of my favorite ones, Sparticle. Yeah, anagram for Shakespeare in Psalm 46, 46 word from the beginning is shaken, from the end spear, and it was his 46th birthday when they did the King James, if I'm not mistaken. But my thoughts are on UNDRIP. I think it's horrible. Yes. They opened up a can of worms that they will never put away. Lots of Albertans in BC expect to change, yeah. Fed up Canuck, they like slow torture. Problem, everyone is so asleep they don't even know. What do you think of Alberta's new premier? I think she's doing pretty good. We'll see. Give her a chance to get her feet under her. And what's my take on Ukraine? I don't know if I can say that. I would say Zelensky's a scoundrel. He's a crook. He's a thief. That's why he's in there. Countries are sending him money. He's packing it away over in offshore accounts. So, yeah, he's a criminal. He's part of the gang. Green Danielle to you, lowly serfs. We'll see how she does. Right? It's hard to put a whole lot of faith in anybody these days because they seem to change after they're in. Strange how that happens. BC's going even more very lefty commie. I'm glad I left BC. Look at the new registration or the new regulations Trudeau's brought in on protection devices. Alberta, Saskatchewan are standing up and against it, and believe it or not, so is New Brunswick. I'm surprised. I almost fell off my stool here when I heard that, but yeah, he's saying no, they're not going to send anybody around to start doing collections here. I think Trudeau might have a different plan. If the RC can't do it, then he'll bring in some of those greenies or something like they had up in Ottawa. Maybe the ones from, say, the UN. Come kicking doors in. That's my thoughts. Can't trust them. Plan for the worst and hope for the best, right? Carol Brown, Ontario. Don't be fooled by Elon. Terra Firma, Ontario is rolling over. Yeah. Ford, what a disappointment. DS, you think I'm right? Yeah. Look, we've been through this years ago, about 2030, 2021, 2030, and now it's been morphed again to the reset. And like I say, if you're going to reset something, you have to break it first. And that's what they're doing to us. So we got to understand that this is a plan, and it's been in the works for a long time, and now they got all excited and they sped it up, and they want us. They want to get us quick now. Because the problem is, some people are waking up, and that really scares the hell out of them, right? I mean, the tyrants scares the hell out of the tyrants. They can't have people waking up. Some of them are never going to wake up because they're just going to drop on the spot, face first. Time to pack up my farm and head for the prairies. I'm heading for the woods, I think. I've been working on it on my off-grid. I'm trying to get the inside finished. It's been coming along pretty good, but I got busy on other projects. And once that off-grid is done, it'd be very sketchy for me to stick around the city. This city's not that big, and I still don't like it. People are too messed up. I want to get out into the bush where I don't have to deal with a bunch of friggin' idiots. Canadians are not going to give up their pieces. No, that's right. Not this time. Because it ain't going to happen. They're not even doing a buyback, apparently. It's just going to say either bring it in or we're going to come get it. Right. And that's not going to work out real good because somebody's going to get hurt. Can see it coming. And especially if they're the greenies. There's no holes barred then. Oh yeah, here they come. There they go. That way where you can't be messed up all by yourself, right? Well, I don't want to be by myself. I think I'm going to have company there. We'll see how that works out. Best thing people can do is get out of every major city for several reasons. Yeah, there would be large prisons in most people's opinions, i.e. preppers. Yeah, that's what they want, right? Over moved to diagonal. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them lost in canoe trips, yeah. Can't take them back, can't transport. I can't find them. My memory's bad. I just can't remember where I put things these days. Disturbingly fascinating, Sparticle. Journal of the American Psychoanalytic Association published a piece by Donald Moss. Okay, I haven't seen that. But look at Ontario. Antipsychotic drugs or whatever for people that don't comply. Wow. I don't know. It's such a mess here. Yeah, like every dam's busted. Yeah, me too. Well, every province is different. But can you really trust anybody anymore in positions of authority? Like, really? Can you trust anybody in the medical system? I'm not going to the hospital. I'll look after myself, or I'll just give up the ghost. Because I know if I go in there, what they're going to do to me. Do we trust the justice system? No. Been to too many court cases here, and some of these judges are so corrupt and bought and paid for. You could never trust politicians anyways, but now they're even less trustworthy. Can you trust your neighbors? Not necessarily. If it comes down to it and they want the rat line opened up, oh, don't worry, there's lots of them. I'd be right on it. Yeah, it's pretty hard to find any trust. The best place to find trustworthy people is the people holding the signs up at the protest rallies. So that's where you're going to meet the real people. I have yet to see any. There's been a couple come in. There's going to be a couple sneak in there and try to, give bad publicity and stuff. But Pretty much no. I mean, you got the police drones flying overhead, and you got the cops hanging around giving you the hairy eyeball and, you know, all that. But we ignore all them and we wave to the drones. Yeah, we're here. What are you going to do? You know, I mean, they got our pictures 100 times, I'm sure. Probably all got a big portfolio now at the police station. But we're not doing anything illegal. They can gather all the information they want, but we're not breaking the law. And we are still waving the flags on the overpasses here. If you're not doing it in your city, keep it up. That lets the people know out on the highways that it's not over, that we haven't given up. We're still there. We're still the thorn in their side, the burr under their saddle. We're still there, and we're going to stay there. Don't matter if you got 1 or 2 people on the overpass, or if the more is better, but you go with what you got. Wave those flags. Wave to the drivers, the truckers. Give them the old heave-ho on the horn. They'll blow the horn. You know, we just keep at it, and you don't have to go every Saturday, but if you can do it, you go out and do it, right? So, got to let them know that we're still there. We're still fighting. We're still on their side, and we're still together. They haven't broken us, and they're not going to break us, because if they could break us, they would have done that over a year ago. They know that. They know that we are the ones that will not comply. We will not be beaten down. We will not be trashed. We will not be discriminated against. We won't be, you know, denied service. We're there. And they know that. And they're actually going to need us, because there's going to be a lot of people disappearing. They're going to drop, and somebody's got to try to keep the planet going somehow, unless they go hide in their holes in the ground. And then once we find out where they are, then we can just, they have to have an air vent somewhere is what I'm saying, right? They gotta have fresh air intake. So that's what you got to look for. Problem is, they're all out of country. Okay, so we got a lot of good conversation going on here. Carol Brown. All right, East Coast Canadian. Who else we got here? Rigor mortis. We all right, those air intakes at the same time all day, every day. I was thinking about pouring a liquid down there. 66. You gotta learn how to march. Plant boy. Taylor, the National Institute of Health in the USA surprisingly published C19. What's the truth? It spells out everything regarding it. Yeah. From the start, with the rollout in the 50s, with the replacement throughout society, sports, health law, etc. Man, there's a lot of people going down. Glenn, you haven't seen Kathy MB yet? No, I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure I've got her email. David from Toronto. Hi back at you. Hear about Ontario wanting to round up, yeah, for psychiatric exam and mind-altering drugs, yeah. 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 This is the insanity. This proves how corrupt this is and what they're doing and how illegal it is and how immoral it is. I think the survivors are going to rule, and I don't think it'll be with a velvet glove either. I think the survivors, when this goes down, are going to be pretty fed up. And I don't think there's enough hiding places for all those ones that are going to be running for cover. Now, there's going to be a reset, but it's not going to be the one they're counting on. It's going to be our reset. That's the way it's going to play out. It has to. There's more of us. And majority rules, right? In a democracy. I bet they don't like that one. Milan Labe. Tommy Gunn. You got her. For them, it would be the great regret, yeah. They think they're going to pull this off. It's going to get rough. It's going to be rough sledding, folks, through this winter. We need one more try at a massive peaceful protest, just like the trucker convoy, but it needs to happen in every major city in Canada. You got it, but Convoy 2 is coming around. They're talking about it now, so for February. How soon until door-to-door maid service? Yeah, no kidding, eh? Don't give them ideas, but I'm sure it will be. If you don't have it, then we'll just help you on your way out. Need to demand total government reform. I've always said the British parliamentary system is a joke. You can't take us out fast enough to win, right? Plant boy, you got it. And we're not shy either, right? When we show up to protests, we're heard, we're seen, we're heard. We're not shy. We've had some good ones here. And Edward Carberry, which month then? They're saying February, if you're talking to me. Yeah, February. Same as last year. Or this year, rather. The first one scared the crap out of them, and they think this BS Inquirer will just put us back to sleep. That's a massive miscalculation. You got that, rigor mortis. You nailed it. Mission impossible. Get all the cultures to come together as one. Yeah. Good luck. Which type isn't? Yeah, I hear you, David. I know. Government rules the people. They rule the people. And that's wrong. People should be ruling the government. I know, same with the Republic in the U.S. right now. Yeah, I agree 100% with you. Yeah, they're in deep down in the U.S. We're deeper here. Believe it or not, I don't know. This is just my opinion, but I think as much as Biden is corrupt and senile and a mess, he might be better than Trudeau. I don't know. You put the two of them together and you can't come up with an IQ over 30. No, it's a bit low. 60, 30 each. Fed up Canuck protests are totally pathetic in Toronto, not even 100 at Queen's Park today, or Queen's Park lately. There's the mothers are going to show up. The women are going to be protesting at Queen's Park, right? And that's going to be a big one, I believe. That's been being sent out through social media. A lot of information on that. So the mama bears are going to be out there raising hell. That'll be good. Government of the people. We're not a democracy here in the USA. No, you know what they say about a democracy? That's two wolves and a sheep sitting at the table discussing what's for dinner, so that's your democracy. How do we wake up 10% of the bottom 30%? I think we're only about, I don't know, 20, 25% of the people that are awake. unless, well, maybe throw on another couple of percent over the last few months, but Dave Edwards, oh, I gotta get to Queen's Park, or is it King's Park? Right, King Charles III, another useless eater. I'm telling you, it just keeps getting worse instead of better. Oh, that was today for the mothers. Okay. I didn't realize that. Well, I'm not a mother, so I wasn't paying too much attention to the date. I've been called a mother at times, but not in a good way. Usually in traffic. Not sure that Freedom 2 is a good idea. Trudeau could do something really stupid. I hear you, Sharp. He's already having a hissy fit, and he says he's not going to allow it to happen. So he is itching, just itching to get the troops out there. So they lied on the stand. The judge, or the commissioner, I guess, stuck with them. So, you know, like I say, it was all staged from the start just to put on a show. They had to do it. They're allowed to lie. I mean, the legal teams, they only had like 5 minutes to ask any questions. And of course, they tried to Freeland and Trudeau and Lametti and all the greasy Minister of Safety there. They just tried to run the clock like they always do. So, no, it should have been a military. But we can't trust the military. You can't trust anybody now. You trust each other that you know close, that are working together. And you got to get your groups together, folks. You got to get your pods, your groups, your mags or whatever together, because you're going to need like-minded people. Best place to meet them is at the protests, unless you've already met people. But you got to organize, get your groups together, get your plans laid out, get your stocks filled up, get ready for the next couple of years. That's all I can say for that, but just got to do it. What would become of the inquiry? Probably nothing as usual. No, there'd be nothing come of that. All it's going to be is like, well, it was a learning experience, and next time we'll do it again anyways. We have no say. No say at all. We're the peons. We're the peasants. We're the lowlifes. They look down on us. They don't even want to be near us. And that goes both ways. We look down on them. We don't want to be near them. I thought used car salesmen were bad, but man, when you stand that up, used car salesperson up against a politician, I'll take used car salesperson any day. Those were CAF generals that didn't want to play ball with the feds. D&D purged a bunch of general staff. Remember all those unresolved sexual... Oh, yeah. Okay. Freeloader and JT both had earpieces, too. That's what I told people. I said, Butts is sitting in the men's room there with, giving answers to Trudeau. So... they can't talk for themselves. Well, the commissioner there, he bailed them out a few times, helped them out. Gerald Lemoyne. The USA is the only country in the world that tourists need to get the poke. At least Trudeau dropped that recommendation to travel into Canada. Yeah. but he didn't really drop it. I mean, all these things that he said, these things that he said, oh, no, we've dropped them. No, they're still on there. They can still be brought back in the drop of a hat, eh? So, yeah, I agree that he dropped that recommendation, but he would put that on so quick. We're ready to ride. Rigor mortis. I think a lot of us are. Can't stand the turd's voice. Can't stand him. Can't look at him. Me and Pat dropped for now, yeah. Don't trust a turd bowl. Situation now, Spartacle, until now has been beyond ridiculous and beyond the pale. Maybe pale needs a horse. Yeah. Glenn, all G20 countries signed travel ID agreement. That's right, they did, Glenn. Good point. Yep, they all signed onto it. Taylor Red, any reason why the second convoy is scheduled for February? It seems that they get far more support in a warmer time of the year. I think so too, but I think February seems to be their chosen time. Now, I'm not saying this is actually going to happen. I have no idea. I'm just sitting here repeating stuff that I've seen. What was so amazing about February, we were out there at -20 with the wind blowing on the overpasses with flags and signs and cheers and companionship and hugs and having a great time. And it didn't matter. We were there because we had a message to send to Ottawa, and the messengers were passing underneath us on the overpasses. And even in Ottawa, the cold never stopped anybody. Anybody can go out in August, but when they get a turnout like that in February in Canada, there's a lot of dedicated people there. Marshak, anyone who disagrees with their lies will be trampled by horses. No kidding. They didn't mention that, did they, in the commission? It's funny how they missed that, eh? My mom asked if I come visit for Christmas since restrictions are lifted. I said, thank you. Scared to fly. The pilot might drop. That's the other thing they're looking at now is pilots in the U.S. Canada, so it don't matter. Yeah, as long as you got them, you can jump in the cockpit and fly it. But U.S. now, they're doing, there's a little bit of an investigation into that. The lady who was trampled was in court. They brushed that under the rug there now. Or they don't want anybody to hear about that. Wonder if Convoy 2.0 will change strategy at all. What's the change? Lower the horn volume? Well, you know, the poor people with the phantom honking. How ridiculous was that? These people were staged. They were set up there. It was a joke. Reason for February convoy is 1 year reunion, but don't expect to repeat the size. I don't expect it to be that big either. You're right. Fed up Canuck, yep. POEC is up to judicial review. Okay. You haven't been back to Canada since 2019. I don't think you're missing much there, Min Pat. Taylor didn't stop us attending in Ottawa, but there are many who would have been out longer if it wasn't so cold. It was brutal some days. I bet it was, you know. I bet. I mean, Canadians, we manage the cold, but yeah, it reaches a point where it's just too bitter. I know it was freezing and numbing, bone numbing up on those overpasses, but we did what we could. Canada's now investing in electric commercial jets. What could go wrong? Yeah. This is how bizarre it is. And now, where was it? Was it Sweden? No, I don't know if it was Sweden or Switzerland or where it was. They said, it was over in Europe, I think, somewhere. They said, no, you can't charge your EVs now because they're going to end up with blackouts if you do. They did the same in California. They're pushing this stuff, and it just doesn't work. It can't work. So watch out for blackouts this winter. Brownouts, blackouts, temporary. Had one here the other day for a few minutes. Was it a test run? Who knows? We don't know what they're up to. Carberry, have you ever watched some of the airplane accidents? Incidents only a matter of time until. I haven't watched them, but back in my mind. And then there's the beautiful blue sky in the morning. I just love it until they go over and they turn the blue sky white. What the heck is up with that? Speaking of the blue sky, fresh air, I met a woman coming the other day out of the bank, and I was heading there and coming down the little walkway, and she was coming at me with her covering on, and I looked at her and I said, I love the fresh air. Man, did she ever freak. She looked at me like I had 3 heads. What's this guy saying? I'm saying I don't have a face covering, and I'm breathing fresh air. And you're breathing in used CO2 and bacteria. Enjoy it. They just don't get it. So, I don't know. I can't help myself sometimes. I just see it and I have to say something. So, yes, what did I do the other day? I seen, it was today, actually. I was in the store. 12 people in line. 12 in lineup for cash. And the lady in front of me, while we were standing in lineup, I said, wow, this is great. Nobody's got a mask on in the lineup here. And she turned and she looked at me, and she kind of said, yeah, I don't think she knew what to think. Maybe she just stopped wearing hers recently. I don't know, but, you know, it was great to see. Yeah, Carol Brown, Freeland swore in her own Bible, yeah. What a piece of work. It was Schwab's book, no kidding. EVs should only be able to use solar and wind power to charge their battery. You got it, Diana. There's, I don't know, but I guess maybe the big hike in the rates, power rates, is because of the electric vehicles. They want us all to pay for it, eh? And they, you know, these electric vehicles, they're not paying any road tax like we are in our gasoline, right? Gas and diesel. There's taxes in there. It's a road tax to maintain the highways. These people ride for free in their electric vehicles. There should be a fee on that, on them, where they charge up at their charging stations. There should be a fee for a road tax, and they're not paying it. Phil, you got a problem. Your son's still alive, is slowly getting worse. What's up with that? Wow. Fill us in there, Phil. What's going on? Is he sick with, well, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to. Sign in Darkov's, your mask protects me and mine protects you. And people are buying this. How stupid is that? That's what they believe. I love it when I come around the corner and I come face to face with a couple. Oh, Phil. Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that, Phil. probably for work. Eh? We are. Nice to have you back too. Thank you. Yeah. It's. I don't know what to say, Phil. I'm sorry. He had the AZ. Wow. It's pretty messed up out there. There's a lot of people that are not going to pull through. Some will, but there's a lot of, I don't know. We know there's a lot of lies and deception, and that's why we're here. We didn't do that. We didn't follow through. Some people had to. But then again, some people were dying for a paycheck. Look at it that way. We should all stop paying taxes. Trudeau get a real job like the rest of us. What's he going to do? He's failed at everything he's done, including being so-called prime minister. Mr. Fair, good to see you. This is Reverend Jim Jones. Yes. Crew's getting back together. Good to see. He collapses randomly, vertigo, severe fatigue, and brain fog. Oh, yeah. Wow. And nobody is holding Big Pharma accountable. That's right. Because they've got immunity. And I'm not talking about against sickness, immunity against prosecution. They won't diagnose or treat them, no, because they'll say, oh no, they can't admit that. No. All the obedient are getting sick now, yeah. I don't know, has anybody on here been sick with the so-called disease? I haven't been. I don't know. I've been around lots of people, but knock on wood, I haven't had anything. And I bucked every mandate I could. So, Rhea, never been sick for years. No, me neither. Phil, you got it right now. Hey, wow. Hey, Faye. Good to see you on here. Back in 2019, you think you had it. Yeah. And it's hard to say because some people get a little sniffle and it's gone the next day. But he brought it over 10 days back. There you go. Not a good gift. First 2 days were hell. Yeah, I heard. People have been told me how sick they've been. Great to see me back. Great to see you here too, Faye. Had a sinus infection maybe, but it passed, no problem. Or head cold, what do I know? Yeah. Yeah. No, D3. Yeah. D3, vitamin C, quercetin, zinc is the regimen that I use. Yeah. That's interesting about the EV there, rigor mortis. Battery for around 26 grand. Yeah, if you don't agree to finance a new one, your car is rendered useless and you're locked out of it. Good, they can walk. Save the planet, eh? Nicotine gum. Yeah. Well, there's an old doctor said a long time ago, when a guy asked him, he said, how come you don't get sick when you're around sick people? Lots of sick people every day. The old doctor said, I keep the alcohol level up high enough. Nothing can live through it. Liquid Gel. Glen B, zinc stimulates the immune system. Yeah. Beer. Hey, beer. Yeah. Vitamin beer. Yeah. B3 or B6. Uh, Bill, haven't been tested. No, I didn't buy into that either. Look what they're doing with the poultry and stuff. They do that, the P and the C and the R test, and they get a false plus, and they kill 1 million birds, right? So it's old fart had a 4-day head cold first time to 6 since it started. Well, it's not too bad then. 4 days, not good, but not bad. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not concerned about going out around people. I mean, actually, my only concern going out around people is the ones that are so clueless. That's what I have a problem with. It's not nothing to do with anything that's being passed around from person to person or whatever. It's the being around the stupid people. I don't know what it is. It's a lack of oxygen for one thing. They just can't breathe enough air in to keep the brain functioning. They shouldn't be driving. Anyways, that's the new world order that we talked about, and we're in it right now. We're deep into it. We got to, like I say, we have to get your mags together, your groups, find like-minded people, stick together, and you're going to get through it. You're not going to do it on your own. You just can't. You can't look after everything yourself. You can buy all kinds of stuff. You can stock up all kinds of stuff, but you're still going to need a group of people, trustworthy people. They have to be vetted, but just get it together, and the strong and the smart will survive. Let the idiots out there go on their way. They will not be there a long time. So, sad to say, but a lot of them are going to be disappearing. Like I say, these sirens, I wake up in the morning, there's 3, 4, 5 sirens going by, and this goes on for a half an hour, an hour. It seems to be early in the morning, and also later in the day, towards around supper time, is when I hear them. It's not rush hour, because we don't have much of that here. It's people just dropping. Well, Doc, 07 missed you. I missed you too. Missed everybody. Anyways, we're going to be back into this. This is great. I'm glad I got a little nudge today from an email. And I figured I better get back on there and say hi to everybody and get this fired up again so we can get some information passed out around. And I know what it's like on the internet now. It's very limited, I find. Very limited. I watch a lot of people. I'm subscribed to a lot of channels. And there's one guy I watch on BitChute. And it is, I'm going to put his channel on here, okay? And I highly recommend you check this gentleman out. I think you'll find this guy's got a lot to say that I think you'll be interesting in. So check out Remark 88 on BitChute. And Pat, you were surprised to get the email too. Yoo-hoo-hoo, yeah. That's great having that email list there for everybody. And if you want to get on the newsletter for a heads up on things, you can send me an email to crosscanadanews@gmail.com and just say that you want to get on the mailing list, and then you can get that. Killer, you watch him too, eh? Yeah. I binge watch. I don't catch them all the time, but I'll catch them on Saturdays, and I catch up on all of them. I go through a bunch of them because they're short videos, right? 8, 9 minutes or whatever, 10 minutes. Got up to not living near a big hospital during the scam. There was never a bit of noise now. All you hear is emergency vehicles. That's what it is too here, just emergency vehicles. Just be careful of people tweeting you saying, I was hoping to get to know you. I've had a few now, yet they have little info about pics to attract females or political similarities that just appear. Yeah, there's a lot of scammers out there, isn't there? Gerald, who converted Anglo-Saxons? It wasn't easy, but the Charlemagne crew did it. Okay, I'm not familiar with that. I know who you mean by Charlemagne, but I'm not familiar with it. Particle, good luck. Thumbs up, folks. Yeah, the thumbs up help. That's for sure. We got a pretty good turnout here. 71 concurrent viewers. So, oops, 69. Scared 2 away. Feel good to see everyone again. No kidding, eh? I might, once the actually winter sets in, we get into the winter, I'm probably going to be popping out a few videos too, because I've got information I would like to get out there. And what I will do too, sometime it will be supper time in Alberta, right on. We got another few minutes and I'm going to be signing off too. But any information I want to get out, I will send it out through the email, the link, if I'm going to put it on BitChute or another platform, so that you can just click on that and catch it. Because it'll be things that I really can't do here, right? Just eat liver, never again. Don't eat liver, it's got all the contaminants in it. Sunday supper with Fred rolls. Eating pizza. I ate a whole medium pizza last night. I can't believe I did that. I guess I've been missing enough meals. I needed one. Too busy working. Trying to get stuff caught up. So, okay. I think what we'll do is we'll start winding down here now, and we'll give you a chance to say your goodbyes to each other, and let's try to get this back on again next week. I've got 2 more lessons with the ham radio, and that's done. And I'm not going to pass the exam, I know it, so I'm going to have to redo the whole course again. But that's okay. I'll keep Sunday evening here, Sunday live. I'll keep that available. So I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for joining in on such short notice, and look after yourselves. Get some good friends out there, acquaintances. Do a little social, how do I say this, meetings or whatever, just where you can get a group together, so you got a support group. Okay, it's very important. So, okay, folks, once again, thank you very much, and I'm going to say bye for now. You folks take care of yourselves, and may God bless.